Hello Ali Pallies and welcome back to my channel. Today I have been utterly exhausted. I've had to go for x-rays and tests and I nearly slept through it all. I missed my appointment. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty ugh, but I really want to get some makeup on. So I thought I'd show you what I do when I feel a bit ugh and I want to get some maximum coverage on because I feel a bit ill and look a bit pale. Maximum coverage on, but with a glow and quickly. So hope you can keep on watching. So first of all, I'm going to go in with Studio 10 Glowplexion, and I'm just going to put a decent pump of that and put it all over my face because it does give a delicious glow to the skin and makes it look like you're rested. Can you see that? Just put a bit under my eyes. I keep worrying that this is going to run out, but it hasn't done yet. Because you really don't need to use that much. Okay, and then I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury's Flawless Filter in shade 3. And I've put shade 3, I've picked up the shade 5 bottle. Maybe actually that's okay because I'm feeling pale and the foundation is very high coverage. So do you know what? I'm going to go with it. So don't worry if this looks a bit dark because this is a primer. So I'm just going to put this all over. Like so, and then with a big fluffy brush like this, I'm just going to blend it in. This is my full coverage lazy brush because it's so thick and fluffy, it will blend anything in quickly. Okay, and now on top of that, see I've got a nice glow going on. I'm going to put my Double Wear Maximum Cover Camouflage Foundation. This is very, very high coverage, folks. So you really don't need a lot. But it's basically going to cover a multitude of sins very quickly and effortlessly. And you can also use this as a concealer because of the coverage. So you don't need to go and get another concealer out. And this thick brush will make sure that it's blended in very well. Then I've left a little bit on the hands so that I can dot that around the eyes. I'll dab the bits around the immediate eye area. See how that doubles up as a concealer. And if you've missed any bits out, you can just go in with what's left on your hand and blend it in with your finger. See how quick that was. And then, so this is super coverage. This is kind of super duper coverage. But because I've got those glowy things underneath, hopefully it won't look super duper coverage. But it does give you maximum cover. Then I'm going to go in with my powder foundation on top of that. And to take the yellowness off it as well, because it's a neutral foundation. Sorry, a neutral powder foundation. I just need to get my fluffy brush. Okay, so I'm going to just take my setting brush first of all and dab this powder foundation. This is MAC Studio Fix powder foundation. Just do that under my eyes and on my eyelids. And then I'm going to use a big fluffy brush to set the rest of it. So you can see it's looking pretty flawless, but it's probably looking flat at the moment. So that's when I get my bronzer and my blush. Okay, next I'm going in with this bronzer, which is really good. It's by It Cosmetics and it's called Sunshine in a Compact. You can get this from QVC. It's a matte bronzer, but it's very, very good. It's got anti-aging ingredients in it, and it will just warm up your complexion without looking too bronzed, just subtle. So I'm going to put that, a lot of that around my neck. You can kind of, with me, I kind of need to use quite a bit of this for it to actually show on me. So, you know, it's going to work for every skin tone. Just put a bit over there. I've lost the brush that came with this, but I've got it somewhere. Just got to find it. It'll be here somewhere. Okay, and then I'm going to use my Anastasia. I've got some come in a lighter colour so that I don't look too severe. I'm going to try some lighter colours, but for now I'm going to use the one that I got the other day, and I'll do that next. I did actually, I'm going to give them a brush before, oops, there's still some product on there. I did actually give my brows a trim yesterday, so hopefully they don't look as uneven as they did yesterday. So that bit that looks very bushy, I trimmed it down a bit. So I'm going to go in with this, and definitely I would say use your spoolie after applying this. Now, to avoid too much going everywhere when you brush them through, just wait for it to dry for a minute. Because if you brush it when it's still wet, obviously you're going to get a lot going around the side. So just wait for it to dry down. And that will avoid you having to do too much cleanup. Just another little tip for you there. I just wish it had a slightly smaller brush. The product itself is wonderful. I think, you know what the absolute perfection would be this product with Charlotte Tilbury's brush. I could actually try and dip Charlotte's into this. When I run out of Charlotte's one, I might keep the brush. Right, I'm just going to go and get a blusher while that dries down, because I'm then going to brush it through. Okay. Okay, you'll notice I haven't actually sprayed my face yet because I'm putting on my powder products first before I do that. So as I'm feeling and looking a little pale for me today, I'm going to go in with Ecstasy, which is this one here, which is a little bit, it's just going to give me a bit more colour than Pillow Talk and First Love, because I need a little bit more colour today in my cheeks. And it's got a very nice pinky peach tone, which is very flattering. It's a really good all-rounder blush, this, for everyone. It's not too dark, it's not too light. It's just right. I'll do the pop. Definitely need that pop. And then I'll just take some of the remnant and put it around there. Now this eyebrow product will be dry now, so I can now take it and comb it out. And because it's dry, it shouldn't move too much into other areas where I don't want it. Now obviously here, that always happens because of the shape of my brow. So I'll have to clean that up in a minute. Sorry, I keep getting my hair in the way. Okay. So now I'm just going to take a cotton bud and some Charlotte Tilbury retoucher to tidy those up. Okay, first of all, I'm just going to go around with a dry cotton bud. I like these. You get them from Waitrose. They're called cosmetic buds. So they have one side like that and one side like that. So they're very handy. Now you see I'm taking some of my foundation off as I'm wiping it off, which is why you need the concealer afterwards. And I'll do the same this side. And the bit that I've got underneath there. And here. So this little pointed edge is quite good at getting in there. And now I'm just going to take a clean one so that I can use that if need be for blending in. And I'll take Charlotte's retoucher. I've probably got enough already on the brush to kind of go in and just trace a little line around the brow and underneath, and then here.
I'm so sorry. I almost got us killed. I'm used to it. I'm sorry I couldn't help you go to space. We'll get there someday. I promise.
Okay.
I think I'd rather be here on Earth.
Then actually I'm going to take the flat end. I'm just going to wiggle it like that. Blend that in, and then underneath, and then here, and then underneath, and that'll do nicely. Now I'm going to spray my face before I do some eyeshadow. Nearly forgot to do my highlighter, so I'm going to use some of this new highlighter by Anastasia Beverly Hills because I definitely need some glow. And if I put this under, so I'm putting all my powders under, actually the spraying of it is going to make it pop. And I found that this is lovely, but it doesn't look too much. So you can actually put a little bit. So she has just got it in the line. You can actually get away with putting some of this down the centre of your face. Just go easy with it because it is a loose highlighter. And I'll put some with my finger to highlight under my brow. See, and now I'm getting my energy from doing my makeup. Okay, so that's the highlighter done. And now I shall get the spray. Okay, I'm just going to spray my face with some of this, and then I shall let it dry, and I'll be right back in a minute. Okay, I'm back and it's dried down, and now you can see how much glow I have, and that's using quite a flat foundation. Now, when I was out, I had to go and get a prescription from my pharmacy downstairs, and they do a little bit of makeup, and I was looking at drugstore foundations and thinking, I wonder if you guys would like to see some new drugstore foundations. Anyway, I didn't get any in the end because I just wasn't sure, but I did get this because I thought, oh, that looks very interesting, and it is the Bourjois Satin Edition 24-hour eyeshadow, and I thought that's the sort of thing that I'm in the mood for using today. Something very quick and easy, but it also just looked a very interesting kind of subtle brownie colour, but very interesting. So I'm going to put some of this on my lids, and I am going to blend it in with my fingers and see what it looks like. So this was £5.49. Because I love testing out new things. It sort of looks taupe rather than completely brown, which I thought is quite flattering. And of course, when these dry down, you can use them as a primer as well. So if any of you have trouble with brushes and using powder eyeshadow, these are something to look at. I'm going to put some underneath. It's quite subtle, isn't it? Now, they had one in gold, and they had one in just a very light shade, a bit like Jean as well. Okay, I'm going to freeze it for a minute here because I got a bit of a surprise when I was doing the details on the description bar that this one is actually called Mauve Your Body. So it's actually purple, but I thought it was brown, so it's no wonder I went for it. Anyway, the pharmacy down below me only had 3, but they are available in 6 shades. There is a rose gold. And the other thing I wanted to say is that I've now been wearing this for a few hours, and hoodies, it does not move, it does not budge, it does not crease, it dries down, and that is it. It's really good for that, so it's definitely one to have a look at, and I really want to get my hands on the rose gold one now and give it a try. Okay. I wanted to try this one. I'm glad I did, because I think the other ones perhaps would be even too fair, but the gold one would probably be quite nice to put on your mobile lid. Right, now what I'm going to do is see how it builds up on the mobile lid by putting another layer, just to see whether it gives me a little bit more coverage on my lid and if it's buildable. Yep, it's a pretty foolproof eyeshadow. Now, I can just hear some of you saying, yeah, but it's boring, Ali. But you can always, with an eyeshadow like this, I'm going to show you how you can make it more interesting. Because if you wear something like this, you can then get away with wearing a brighter colour on the lips in the day without looking too done up. And this would be perfect with a red lipstick. Okay, so I'm just going to put some liner and mascara on, and I'll be right back. Okay, to add a little bit more interest to the eye, I'm just going to put some of Daniel's green in the lower waterline. I've done black eyeliner on the top and the top waterline, and this will just bring out those brown eyes. See how that does that? Okay, and then I'm going to take some red lip liner. This is Kiss and Tell, Charlotte Tilbury. And then over the top, I'm going to put Studio 64. And I'm going to try and use this as a blush, because pigment is pigment. It's how well it blends. And it blends fine. Just be gentle when you're doing it so that you don't disturb the foundation underneath. Just lightly push it around under your finger. There you go, I'm all pepped up and feel a bit more like me. Hope you've enjoyed it today, and thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on Wednesday for the live. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.